if you look at it, there are three primarily bifurcations of the assets that are relevant in today's industry, in this today's era itself only. The first one is hardware asset management. If we can have it on the screen itself only on the presentation, that would make it easier for the audience to understand a little bit better. So we have hardware asset management. With hardware asset management, you are basically managing all type of hardware within your organization that you may have, whether it be your laptop, whether it be earphones, whether it be some kind of consumable item, maybe let's say a keyboard or a mouse itself only, and you may have different type of security cameras and all of that. So all of that hardware you will be able to manage it over here. We have lifecycle tracking. We have the entire lifecycle. Who raised a request for this particular device? For whom? If he may not have raised the request for himself only, for whom he raised the request. Okay, then it will be going for the fulfillment. Before fulfillment, it will get an approval. Does somebody approve it? Does the manager approves it? Like he actually needs it? Then it goes to the fulfillment center where it gets fulfilled. Like, do we have it? Do we have it some kind of warehouse itself only? Do we have it some different warehouse? Maybe we do not have it in our local warehouse itself only, but we have it in our New Jersey warehouse and we are in New York. So that can be done. And then if we want to purchase it from some vendor, do we have capability? How many vendors are there from whom we can purchase it? So that is also come into the picture. Once we have that, then it will be kind of procured. It will be updated into the system. Then it will be delivered to that particular person. After that, it kind of being tracked of how it's being utilized. What are the different type of statistics that we can get from it? We are capturing it. Then we are providing support on top of that with the help of ITSM. Again, I'd link it over here. And then we have the reclamation process as well. Like if you want to reclaim, if the person is leaving or the task that we had assigned to him is completed and he no longer needs that device. So we can do all of that. So that is what lifecycle tracking is. Then we have automated workflow. We can create different type of workflow. I will talk about them in our demo itself only, so I will not go over there. But we have the capability to create workflows and various scenarios covering different aspects or different business processes that we may have, the custom process that we may want to implement. Then we have cost optimization. With this type of implementation in place, you will have a clear picture of how many devices I have, how many devices are being utilized at which particular place, how they are being utilized, and then you don't have to make frequent purchases and then realizing, oh no, we purchased 10 licenses last month, we already have these five products lying over here itself only. So you will be able to reduce that. Then we have IT operations integration into it, and then we have audit and compliance. We are able to do auditing on it, how many systems we have, whether we have it, do they have the same configuration as we have them listed in the database itself only, and are we compliant from the regulations that might be required. There might be some hardware level regulations itself only, like no data can be taken out from the laptop itself only. So for that particular piece, you have stopped the USB data transfer itself only. So things like that we will be able to track. So that is what hardware asset management is. Next up, we have a diagram which is kind of showcasing what all things are over there. For the audience, I would request you to go and download the presentation so you will have a clear picture. Yes. And I will say even better for the people who are actually watching it right now live itself only. Go ahead, download the presentation and go through it as we talk, so that you will have a better understanding and then you will be having better questions which you can ask me. And then we have SAM, which is software asset management. So with software asset management, we will have the similar kind of capabilities that I talked about in the hardware. So for softwares, we have the capability where we may have licenses for, let's say, Adobe Creative Cloud, Microsoft Office itself only, maybe some kind of OS that you have purchased. So you want to keep a track of that as well. You want to keep a track of how many licenses we have purchased, who all are utilizing it, how many of them are lying unutilized, how they are being managed, whether we have a contract for renewing them. If they are not one time, we want a way of renewing them on a frequent basis. So SAM actually helps us in doing all of that for us. We have license management, which allows us to manage the licenses. Then we have cost optimization. It would allow us to cut costs. We will see a great demo with this into the picture itself only, but just to give you a small brief into it. So cost optimization we can do. How? We can identify there is this particular license that has been assigned to this particular person A, but he haven't utilized that particular product in the past 3 months for more than 50 hours, then maybe he does not need it. He does not need it. Or maybe he didn't even utilize it itself only. How often do you see organizations actually going on to that level and identifying it? So cost optimization allows us to do that. Then we have usage monitoring. We are able to, do usage monitoring, and that is how basically we are doing cost optimization in the example that I gave you earlier. But there are other ways as well for doing cost optimization. I will talk about them in the demo. Then we have automated compliance checks. So oftentimes I have seen companies paying heftily, enterprises paying heftily in 100,000, 200,000 in compliances because they didn't realize the people who are utilizing who are utilizing the software are not utilizing the right keys, they are maybe under licensed for the product that they are utilizing, and then the particular company kind of simply ask the query or simply do some kind of audit, and they had to pay hefty amounts. I do have examples of that, be it any industry, medical industry, financial industry. There are many examples of that, but yeah, it allows us to save money over there. Then we have integration with ITSM, as I talked about earlier. So we have that capability. Then we have cloud insights and subscription management. So cloud insights and subscription management is another capability where we have the capability of managing the IT servers, IT utilization that we are utilizing on Google Cloud, AWS, Azure. All the majority of the organizations, are utilizing cloud services to some extent, whether it's be AWS, GCP, Azure, whether they are utilizing S3, whether they are utilizing Compute Engine, whether they are utilizing EC2 instance, whether they are utilizing Lambda. How do you manage that? So that is what basically Cloud Insight and Subscription Management allows us to do. It allows us to save cost, identifying this particular server is ideal for 80% of the time, then maybe we need to reduce it, or maybe we need to shift it from EC2 instance to maybe Lambda instance only, so that it is only available whenever a request comes into the picture. So things like that you will be able to identify it. So we have cloud cost optimization, we have automated renewal management, we have the compliance and security capability as well that we will be able to manage with it. And then we have subscription tracking as well and usage tracking as well. All of that we have.